You're back on the Mountain Morning Show, continuing our conversation about, what to do in some of this spring-like conditions, maybe running, for example. Get out and start training for Running with Ed, and I'm joined by some of the guys that are huge supporters of this event. First off, we have Golden Harper. He is the founder of Altra running shoes. You guys have been involved with Running with Ed for about 3 years.
We have.
Very cool. You guys have been around for 4. Which is pretty awesome as well, a newer company, but nice to have you guys here and talk about all the support you guys have given Running with Ed. And also, you've been here before, Sean Beard. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well.
And you are part of the executive committee and one of the volunteers that helps pull this off. And I should mention, you are one of the famed, well, I shouldn't say it this way. I was going to say one of the famed 5 fat guys, but the 5 fat guy team is what I mean.
I'm the non-runner.
Yeah, okay.
We're focused on fundraising, but it's a fun event, and that's what I try and promote. Is getting the non-runners out there.
Well, we should mention, Golden, that when you guys were looking to have teams sign up, you tried a really incredible marketing ploy that really convinced people to sign up right away. What did you do?
So we sat down and brainstormed and tried to figure out how we could get teams to sign up early, and we decided to give a pair of shoes away to the first 50 teams that signed up.
And what happened?
And we had the first 50 teams sign up in 9 days this year, as opposed to 2 months last year. So it totally worked.
That's amazing.
And we're pretty excited about that.
Golden, I am so amazed by that. Free shoes, and you'll know exactly why you would want a free pair of shoes here in a moment. But Sean, let's talk more about Running with Ed. This is, gosh, how many days out? Do you guys have a countdown for what's going on with this? Because we're starting these earlier with you guys.
Sure, and that's the idea, is trying to get people focused on it. When you're coming off the new year, you're trying to figure out what you want to do for your goal for the year. And running, staying healthy. This is a fun event. It got 2 years in a row now, Park City's best fundraiser awarded, and we're trying to get the families involved. We have a training program that starts off, the first day is stretching. If you can't do that.
We can all do that. We can do that. Right? I'm telling myself this. You can do it, Chelsea.
We have a party at each exchange.
All right.
Sponsored by the schools and our corporate sponsors. There's a great party afterwards, food and beverage, everything's included. So just trying to get the word out,
Excellent. Yeah. And Golden, why is it so important for the private sector and for local businesses to get involved in education here with Running with Ed?
Well, it wouldn't happen without that, I don't think. And every business that gets involved, they help get the word out and let people know about it and make it all possible. So
it's a big push, of course. A lot of, for example, that's why they got the 50 teams to sign up just like that when you offered some incredible shoes. And let's talk about what we've got here. And first off, tell me a little bit about what drives your company. What was your intent upon creating this?
My intent was to create a new type of shoe that would allow runners to run more efficiently and with less injury. Okay. And as you go back, look at traditional running shoes, they're twice as thick and twice as heavy in the heel as they are in the forefoot. And so you'll see a shoe like this is the same thickness. Most shoes typically drop down. We call that the drop. And that fosters inefficient, high-impact running form. And I was working at a running store that my family owns, and I've worked there my whole life and studied exercise science and studied running injuries and running technique in school. And I wanted to make a shoe that didn't cause runners to run poorly and that helped them to run more injury-free. And so that's what this is all about. And we had great success at the store with making people buy bigger shoes and then opening up the toe box so their feet could spread out and relax. And we were able to almost eradicate most foot injuries by doing that.
That's incredible. So, kind of demonstrate what's kind of going on when you're wearing the wrong foot.
So I mean, here's a foot, and the foot in its most powerful position is able to straighten out like this. And typically what happens with most running shoes is, you look at a foot is shaped like this, but most shoes are shaped like this. They're pointy or tapered. Yep.
So you're saying my high heels are doing me no good things, right? It's nothing good going on with
yes, and I actually believe it's a public health initiative.
Okay.
If you look at foot injury rates, for example, in countries where they don't wear closed-toed shoes, the incidence of foot problems is 3%. In America, where we have the best shoes in the world, 73%.
Oh my gosh.
3 of 4 out of us.
I think I might need an intervention or something.
Yeah, no, we all need
Wear
an
better
intervention.
shoes.
And people just don't know. You don't know because our bodies are wonderfully adaptive things.
Sure.
And
wow.
they'll conform to whatever we put in them. But the long-term damage is kind of staggering that 3 out of 4 people report their foot pain.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's incredible. Wow, so let's talk about some of the favorites we got here. Sean, do you have any favorite colors you picked out?
I have mine.
Oh, you got yours on. I like that. Show off your red shoes down there.
There you go. Nice.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I like that, the footprint on the back. That's pretty fun. Well, I noticed, of course, anything that's like bright or pinkish. I'm definitely I like the feminine looking shoes for sure. So some of these, like the gray and pinkish color, I'm really liking this. Tell me about this one.
So this is the Olympus. This is our Ultra shoe. This was built to run ultra marathons. Has just a ridiculous amount of
Never mind. Which one can we do to do like a mile around the block?
It works for normal people too.
This is a good catch.
So yeah, the Superior 2 just came out for us. This is more of our performance cush, neutral trail shoe, and it's got killer tread on it.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy, the difference between these and how valuable that is to make sure you do have the right shoe for what you're training for.
Right, exactly. And these lie on opposite ends of the trail spectrum.
Yeah.
Where this is the big and this is the light and fast.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so if I am like, say I run like 5 miles a week, should I go with that?
You may want to go with something like the Paradigm. I don't have the woman's one here, but
what makes this one?
So the Paradigm is another kind of, we put it in that ultra category for us, but this is a road trail crossover shoe. This is kind of our jack of all trades shoe. It's good for the most amount of runners because it's got a high amount of cushioning, which makes it easy to transition to from other shoes, and it's got a lot of support to it. So it allows for an easier transition for people. It's zero drop, just like the rest of our shoes are, and it does have our foot-shaped toe box, which allows your toes to relax and spread and push off more powerfully, absorb impact better. So that would be a good choice, or a shoe here called the Provision. And
that one's cute.
Yeah, and the
like that's pretty. Don't you think that's pretty, Sean?
It's cute.
It's cute. Okay.
So the Provision would be a pretty good choice as well.
I like that one for you, Jess.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I appreciate that. Well, let's mention one more. Let's talk about one of the men's shoes. That yellow one looks pretty cool over there. Tell me about that one.
Yeah, the yellow one is the Lone Peak, which actually we're both wearing various versions of the Lone Peak. And the Lone Peak is our middle moderate cush trail shoe. And so this is kind of the do-it-all big mountain shoe. If you do any mountain running, trail running, etc., run in the winter, just want to walk out to your car in the snow and not fall on your face, this is a great choice. And it's got, as you can see, just really beefy tread. It's got a stone guard rock protection plate between the foot and the midsole, and then it's got the foot-shaped toe box and the zero drop, and a gaiter attachment on the back.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can wear your gaiters, and
that's awesome.
Here's one with a gaiter just attached to it right here, so you can see how that works.
That's great.
And yeah, so it's pretty killer, and this is I guess per capita, this would be our best-selling shoe. We do really well in the trail category.
And I will say, they're like wearing slippers.
Yeah.
Okay, you just won me over by saying that. I mean, I guess anything from a heel is good, better for me, but that makes it a winner in my book.
And he makes a good point, because that was actually part of the initial idea, was to create running shoes that felt like slippers. And so when you don't raise the heel, you don't push up on the inside, and you let the toes spread out, basically your foot is in the same position in the shoe as it would be when it's not in a shoe. Wow. And so you're not altering your feet.
I'm just saying.
I'm the new
spokesperson.
Oh, that's pretty great. Well, I'm sure that may have had something to do with the fact that you guys perform pretty well during Running with Ed. What is it like to have one of the top fundraising teams?
You know, it's fun. We were talking earlier. When this started out 6 years ago, we raised just under $25,000. Last year, we raised over $250,000 for Park City Education.
That's huge.
And that goes directly. There was over $1 million in grants that went from K through 12 in our Park City School District. So
what's the trick? What's the trick to fundraise? Making sure your team gets out there and gets
it goes back to being passionate and committed to your community and having fun. That's the Chesleys, when they started this event, just wanted to do something that was good for our kids and have fun doing it. And that's what we followed along the way. And now with our corporate sponsors, it's just growing and getting bigger, and people are understanding the value of running with Ed and the Park City Education Foundation.
So to get help with, yeah?
Can I just say,
sure.
I'm here because it is fun. I ran last year, and this was probably our favorite race of the year.
Was it?
It is just so much fun. And you can kind of pick your poison with how difficult of legs you run or how easy, depending on how, what you want to tackle basically. But it is a blast, and it is fast and furious. It is get to that exchange and hand it off and hurry up and get to the next one before your runner gets there. And then the whole thing's over by 2, and it's quick and it's really fun.
Golden makes a good point. If you want it to be challenging, you can make it challenging.
Oh, yeah.
Tim Chesley, the founder, ran the 39 miles himself last year.
Oh gosh.
Okay? And
I'm sure. Did he need the ultra marathon one for that one?
Probably. Yeah.
Probably.
But we have it's a 5-person team, but you can make it a 10-person team. So you
kind of adjust it to fit the needs of your team to make sure
Absolutely.
everyone can be at their best and feel like they've contributed.
And we're getting a lot of companies to join in, make it team building type of things.
That's fantastic.
It's a good event.
Well, where
You
can we
have to get
find
out.
out more in terms of training and getting a team together, Sean?
Runningwithed.com.
Okay.
It has everything you need on the website, from the training program through fundraising and the map of the course. It hits all the schools in the district, as well as all the ski resorts, local parks.
Nice.
It's a good time.
All right.
It's pretty cool.
Excellent. And last of all, what's next for you guys, Altra?
Oh, what do you mean?
I don't know. I mean, you guys, Icon, you were bought by Icon Fitness, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I like that. And so moving forward, are you guys always developing new types of shoes? Are you keeping with what's working, or what's your thought?
Yeah, well, it's constant refinement of the stuff that's working, and then constant thinking of new ideas to help people run better and not get injured. And so there's definitely some new shoes on the docket. There's some refining of stuff that's happening, and we're just gearing up for event season. We've got Running with Ed and tons of events, so it'll be really fun.
Well, so to make sure that we do our training right, where can we get your shoes?
You can get our shoes at most any running store, just about anywhere. You can look at things on Altra Footwear or ultrarunning.com. And our Facebook page is very active too, as well as Twitter. If you hit us, we'll hit you right back with some answers. And our customer support team is also fantastic. So if you have any questions, give them a call. They'll be able to kind of guide you into the right shoe.
Excellent. And that's what you want, is that guidance to make sure it's the perfect fit for you, because you have so many options here. You're going to get it right. So thank you so much, Golden and Sean. Appreciate you guys being here this morning. Be sure to get on that, raise money for Park City Education. Running with Ed coming up, what's our date?
May 16th.
May 16th. There it is. Put it on your calendars. Thank you, gentlemen. Nice to have you here this morning.
Thanks.
We'll be right back after this commercial break. When we do, it's a feature, an interview I was able to speak with Austrian artist Sarah von Kinniger. That's after this commercial break.